it's a fair assessment to say that becoming operational on the ground in two new city areas while we were in a particular lockdown setting, it's been a little interesting. We've never actually expanded operations into two new cities at the same time before. And to do that while I had shut down particular operations from operating at standard level didn't make things easy. I'll say it that way. Um, I didn't shut operations down per se. It's just that I had to recalibrate how things were being done because of the setting that we were in. We are cautious types. We don't take chances with particular things, and we don't make assumptions nor presumptions. We don't uh, we don't let things change how we flow. That's not what I'm saying. But we are prudent in our movements, and basically because of mitigating circumstances that I didn't particularly uh, deem to be normal, I felt it was appropriate to take particular measures, and we took them. And as a consequence, I limited access to particular members of my staff, and we limited particular things that we generally do to only a handful of folks. Uh, and we restricted folks from being able to do particular things as a consequence. Um, it kind of keeps everything neat and tidy, if you would. But getting back to the crux of what you asked me, uh, yes, going operational in two new cities is exciting, and it's always helpful to know that because we're expanding into other areas, it's making opportunities for those who are considering our venue that more uh, possible because now we're getting where we're closer to several folks who have spoken to us previously over the earth years looking for a viable option. Now, effectively, uh, we have increased those options dramatically. And so the result of that is we're already beginning to see an increase, if you would, in interest in at least one of those particular cities where parties who were reached out to by my Joint Information Agency let them know they were operational on the ground in their area now. Folks are at least now contemplating coming in for an interview or at least to see us up close and personal on the ground in their city area, which is a good thing. Um, what I do know is the deployment schedule for various equipment will be staggered because we are doing particular things in other city areas and we are expanding our infrastructure in some of the cities that we have been in operational in for say about a year or so. Specifically, Tom Memphis, Moore Atlantis, and all of the Bati are about to be uh, uh, beefed up, if you would. We have limited capacity for certain things with our healthcare plan on the ground in those city areas. We'll be moving quickly to expand our healthcare operations on the ground in those particular city areas to promote excellent health so that when our Minister for Health and Fire Therapy and his staff does those certain things in those particular city areas, we can be more effective. Being able to get essential oils on the ground empire-wide, colloidal silver and colloidal gold on the ground in all of our cities empire-wide only provides us with more options to make available to our folks in those particular city areas and all parties, whether they be our nationals or not, that actually participate in our non-surgical universal health care plan. So we're happy about those things. It's just that particular equipment that we generally put on the ground, distillers and things of those nature, they'll be on the ground in the new city areas. It's just that they'll be staggered in how we do particular things. Because we are also ramping up operations with the solar power, and we're already looking at particular things because we only have one table in the Imperial City for the hydroponics operations, and we're looking at the adding of 3 and 4 tables, what the power concerns are going to be for that, and what's the best course of action for us to do that. Having the biodiesel operations here is one thing, but we don't have a diesel power generator here yet. So because of that, we're looking at particular things on how we're going to proceed. We're budgeted out with particular things, but we haven't actually done things in terms of acquisitions yet for certain things. So we have to uh, do things accordingly because of, again, since we've expanded into other city areas, it slows down the process where we're doing things in operations that we already have in place. So, well, you can see how certain things can go with that. So we're working it out as best as we're able, and I've already apprised the staff on the ground in the two city areas we just got operational in how things are going to go. It'll be like every other place though by the time it's all said and done. Water operations and hydroponics, solar power, biodiesel operations, system of learning will be in place in all those city areas to go along with our system of health. And they will be standalone. They'll be standalone fully like everybody else will be, and we'll have operations going smoothly. It's just gonna take a little time for us to get there. Getting enough staff on the ground to actually use the equipment and supplies on station, getting folks up to speed with knowing they train on how to use everything so that we can power everything and grow the food and have the water distilled properly so that we can have that whole thing run smoothly. And then be able to get the greenhouse operations going so we can grow the medicine as well. When we get there empire-wide, that would be a great thing to achieve, and I look forward to doing so right away.